Welcome back, Big Dragons, to the Emerald Dragon Lady. I have some book mail tonight, and I'd like to open it with you. Yum, yum. Part of this is book mail, and part of this is Christmas gifts, because I'm a little late on sharing that with you. Now, I have an odd collection of books because I'm an odd person and I have a lot of interesting hobbies. And so you're going to learn about one of these said interesting hobbies with me. And that is that one of my Christmas gifts was gifts from a jar, soups, chilies, and more. And it's funny that I got this because I actually really wanted this to be able to build up my own food storage and make my own homemade kind of jars, stuff like this based off of these recipes because of all of my food issues and some of the sensitivities that I have to work with. I have to build a different kind of food storage, and I need that food storage to work for me and my family, and it's not going to work for my family if I don't account for those things. So the more well-researched I am and well-learned I am about different things, the better off my family can be. And so I was really, really ecstatic to get this, and I'm hoping to be able to share some recipes with you from what I do from it. So it's got some cute recipe cards in the back. I have no idea if they'll use them. They're meant to be like gift things that you take off and tie onto the jars and stuff like that. But I'm looking forward to using some of these recipes to help my family and maybe help some of my friends. So there's one of the books that I got for Christmas. Forgive me, still getting over a cold and a sinus infection. Now, these next two books were on my list because they were recommended to me by some homeschooling friends of mine. And I had brought up the fact that I cannot homeschool my kids. I just don't have the mental bandwidth to do that. And I think it's great that there are some moms that are just awesome and can pull it out and rock it. I think it's great. You all are amazing women or amazing dads. And but the my one complaint was how some of the public education is severely lacking, especially in history and things like that. And I was told that these are some of the education books that kids have liked to be able to help supplement my kids' public education. And so apparently I was given books 9 and 10 out of this series. First books ever that I've gotten from this series. So it is The Tuttle Twins and The Fate of Future and The Education Vacation. Because you know, what kid really wants to have an educated vacation? But I think those are fun, getting to learn about our history and things like that. So this one is Should We Coerce Others to Get What We Want? The history of the world is a tale of some people bossing others around, but brave thinkers have always offered ideas for a better future where people use persuasion instead. And after Ethan and Emily watch a dystopian film portraying a future full of coercion, they realize that they need to learn how to avoid that. Enter Murray Rothbard, author of Anatomy of the State, whose book teaches the Tuttle twins that the fate of the future and all of humanity depends on thinking of ways we can work together peacefully to build a better society without relying on coercion. Wouldn't that be cool? I mean, having a good discussion to say, hey, we should do it this way instead of this way, which causes lots of fear. That would be great. So this would be a good debate skill to have. Education vacation. Is school the best way to get an education? I've already stated it's not. I guess that depends on the school. But as far as public elementary kind of school for youth and stuff, it's really lacking in some places because too many people get hurt feelings and teachers end up paying the price for it. Ethan and Emily Tuttle have spent several years in school being graded on the quality of their work. But after hearing an award winning teacher discuss some problems with schooling and share a vision for how children are best educated, the Tuttle family decides to embark on a new learning adventure. Longtime educator John Taylor Gatto shares ideas with the Tuttle family from his book, The Underground History of American Education. As they soon learn, education works best when we have the freedom to discover our interest and develop our abilities, rather than being shaped into what somebody else wants. I do agree with that. I think we need to have some discovery in our education to figure out our likes and our dislikes. But I do think that there are some topics that should not be avoided, especially in history. And I can tell you personally that the indigenous history is not being taught correctly in American school systems, but that is due to the homage that the victors of the war write the story. So I am definitely an advocate of discovery for this, and my family has actually gone on a few vacations that were quite educational. Last year we went to Oklahoma, and it was to basically an opportunity for me because I volunteer with my local Cherokee group, and I got to learn a lot about what it's like to run a nonprofit and how you can help benefit other Cherokees around you, and what we can do to make them more aware and help them learn about their cultural heritage. And while we were there, we got to go to Tahlequah and be able to we spent the first week in Tulsa and the second week in Tahlequah. And in Tahlequah, all the way down from Tulsa to Tahlequah, we got to hit a bunch of important landmarks and historical sites and learn about our heritage. And it was eye-opening. My kids were a little rougher to understand things, but understandably, one was, I'm sorry, I said last summer. I meant summer of 24. We are in 2026 right now. Come on, catch up with the times. Whew. Brain fart, severe brain fart. But in 2024, I had a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old and a 13-year-old. And so my little ones were just wanting attention and having fun with the newest adventure. And my teenager was just like, I'm bored. Can we go home yet? What are we going to do? So it was a little harder to kind of teach them that part of the cultural heritage, but it was wonderful for me to learn, because then as they grow up, I can say, yes, this is where we learned this. This is where we had this. But each of them got to find something that they liked. One of our first stops in Tahlequah was an old train depot that had been repurposed into a museum. And my teenager went gaga over that because he loves trains. And so that was definitely one of his discovery in cultural heritage moments that he actually really enjoyed on the trip. And I think it was the only part of that trip that he really enjoyed. But I could be wrong. So, moving on, my last gift for Christmas, which is one that I unfortunately can't get on ebook, but maybe I can, I don't know. Because I have found that I don't eyeball read really well, and that's just part of my ADHD. I can't focus a lot when I eyeball read, but if I can hear it, then I get a lot of the information. If I can hear it and follow along while I read, then yes, maximum information acquired. So I will figure out a way how to read this, but I am totally stoked. This is another book about my heritage and getting to learn more about it, and it's called Cherokee Earth Dwellers: Stories and Teachings of the Natural World by Christopher B. Touton and Hastings Shade. And it's just absolutely gorgeous. I think it's beautiful and amazing. Look at that artwork. The simplicity of it just speaks to it so wonderfully. And I'm just excited to read this, to learn more about my cultural heritage. So Um, to give you an idea of the book, let's see if I can pronounce this correctly. I'm sorry, I'm still kind of learning my own Cherokee language. So I believe it's affialte, Gadoga, means to stand in the middle. Is at the heart of a Cherokee perspective of the natural world. From this stance, Cherokee earth dwellers offer a rich understanding of nature grounded in Cherokee creature names, oral traditional stories, and reflections of knowledge holders. During his lifetime, Elder Hastings Shade created booklets with over 600 Cherokee names for animals and plants. With this foundational collection at its center and weaving together a chorus of voices, this book emerges from a deep and continuing collaboration between Christopher B. Touton, Hastings Shade, Loretta Shade, and others. Positioning our responsibilities as humans to our more than human relatives, this book presents teachings about the body, mind, spirit, wellness that have been shared for generations. From clouds to birds, oceans to quarks, this expansive Cherokee view of nature reveals a living communicative world and humanity's role within it. So, but it's got some of the Cherokee words and the syllabary in it, and it's great. So, yeah, I would actually learn more about some of the creatures. This is kind of cool. It's another good resource, especially since a lot of these are the desert animals that I have here in Arizona. So, and some of the plants. Ooh, this is going to be so cool. This artwork is really pretty. Let me see if I can show you some here real quick. Ooh, how about that one? Come here, come here, come here, come here. Oh, hey, it's a snapping turtle. And we have lots of lore on this snapping turtle. So that is some pretty artwork in here. Here's some more with fish, which tastes delicious. I don't know about those ones specifically. Let's see what else. Here's some of the plants that are sketched. So yeah, I'm thrilled to be learning about this and to be learning more about what the animals mean in my culture. So that is great. And that is everything I have for my Christmas haul. So I have one more piece of book mail that I'm going to open up here. And I know what it is because I ordered it. But it is from Cedar Fort, and I am a book influencer with them. I am part of their influencer program, and I absolutely love being a part of it. I get to read a lot of great books, and so this was an arc that I read in fall, early winter of last year. And I say early winter so that way most of you other people know what I'm talking about. Here in Arizona, we just had summer. Our fall didn't hit until last month. Like, seriously, the color changing on the trees didn't start until January. But we're weird down here. So anyways, I got to arc read this book, and I was just absolutely seen. I felt loved, and it was just a great reminder of one piece of me. And I loved it, absolutely. So let's get into this. Now, I did get 2 of them because I actually have a friend in mind that I want to give it to. So hopefully, now that I'm opening this, I will get it to them before I post this video. We'll see. Book mail ASMR. Not really good at that. Oh, they're kind of... It's like the perfect size for these babies. Alright, so, like I said. Wow. There's 2 of them. But it's Women of Great Faith by Michelle Grant. And, like I said, I got 2 of them because it is a beautiful, beautiful book. Embrace your divine identity as a daughter of a king and a mother in Zion. And This book really did help me with that. And you don't have to do it all alone. Women of Great Faith is your invitation to slow down, breathe deeply, and rediscover the divine strength within you, side by side with sisters walking the same path. Author Michelle Grant guides readers through 26 inspiring chapters, each with a companion podcast to help them reflect, reset, and reconnect. With warmth, testimony, and spiritual insight, she offers both grace and direction, gently reminding you that you were never meant to carry it all alone. In these pages, you will discover encouragement to rediscover your purpose as a daughter of heavenly parents, spiritual tools to combat burnout and deepen your relationship with Christ, faith-filled habits to anchor your life in peace, purpose, and personal revelation, a celebration of sisterhood, support, and walking together in Zion. This is a book for all women, regardless of age, status, or stage of life, who feel like they've lost their spark or are simply just holding on. You are not accidental. You are not forgotten. You are essential to God's plan and cherished by Him. Let women of great faith be your companion in becoming who God always knew you were. So this was a very touching book for me, and I'm so glad that I got the opportunity to read it. It is absolutely amazing. I highly recommend it for anybody who is needing to refine their way. And that is my wrap up for this. All of my excellent books of many different sizes. So, can we fit them all in the frame? Ha! Kind of. That works. Mwah. There we go. That's better. So, if any of these books touched you, or you think you want to check them out, go get them. This was from Cedar Fort Publishing and Media, and you can find a link in my bio, or I will stick one also in the caption, so that way you can go check out this book and many other great books that they have. And then the rest of these, I believe, were found on Amazon because they were from my Amazon wish list. And that is my book mail and December book gifts. As always, Book Dragons, have a great day. Find new books, go on new adventures, and stay safe.